Hello and welcome. Firstly, please allow me to congratulate you on your recent purchase of the brand new MG HS Excite. In this video, I will talk you through some of the main exterior and interior features of your new car, aiming to answer a number of questions you may have before taking delivery of your new vehicle. To start with, we have these lovely LED headlamps, which combined with this beautiful grille give the car a very nice stance on the road. Quite modern looking car. Right below the MG badge we have our front mounted camera, which will come handy when you're trying to park on tight spots. Moving on to the side, we have the lovely 18-inch alloy wheels, and you will notice that both on the driver and front passenger seat you will see the keyless entry button. So assuming the keys are within the vicinity of the car, you can just simply press inwards to lock the car and then press again to unlock the car. Now, to put fuel in, there are no buttons within the car to open the fuel tank. Simply just come here, press it inwards, and here we go. To open the boot, come to the back and identify the MG logo. Right below it, slide to the right hand side, we'll get there's a little button, press it inwards and push upwards. Here we go. Pretty big boot space, and also there is space, additional space to the right and left hand side. Also, if you push this upwards, there is even more space, and guess what, there is even more space if you push this upwards. So plenty enough space for your day-to-day activities. However, if you are ever in need to carry larger items, you can always fold the rear seats. So let's just show you how to do that. Simply come either to the left or right hand side and identify on the right hand side of the seat there is this little lever, press it upwards and fold the seats. So you can see now how much more space there is to the car. Now let's move on into the interior. On the driver's seat we have our central locking. So this one is to unlock the car while you're driving. This is to lock everything. Right below it we have our mirrors, so press the right button if you want to adjust the right mirror, and then up, left, down or right. Same goes for the left hand side, up, left, right, down or right. And then we have our front electric windows and the rear electric windows. Moving on to the seat. In order to push the overall seat upwards, press this lever upwards. To do the opposite, vice versa, press it downwards and the seat will go downwards. To put some incline on this part of the seat, press this lever upwards, and then in order for it to go lower, use your body weight on your back to push it lower. Or if you want to come forward, just press this button and allow the seat to come forward on its own. To bring the overall seat front or back, there is a little lever here. Press that upwards and then use your body weight to push it forwards or backwards from you. Now let's get into the car. First things first, to start the car, simply press the brake, and right behind the steering wheel on the right hand side we have the start stop signal. Just press it once, hold it there for a second, and the car comes to life. If it's raining outside and you would like to use your rain wipers, press behind the steering wheel on the right hand side. There is this lever here, press it upwards for the less intense, and the more intense the rain, press it upwards, and it just goes quicker. To finish, just push it downwards to the initial position. While you're driving, to indicate that you're going to turn to the right, the lever behind the steering wheel on the left hand side, press this upwards. As you can see, we're indicating. To indicate that you're going to the left, press it downwards and then upwards once more to cancel. Again, behind the steering wheel, below our indicators we have our adaptive cruise control. So regardless of the speed you're driving at the moment, you can just press this button set and it will automatically select that speed for your cruise control. And in order to increase the speed, press it upwards. To decrease the speed, press it downwards. Also, this car comes with lane departure warnings, which can be found here. And to push it to switch it off, just press inwards this little blue button. Now, to adjust the overall steering wheel, right behind it on the left hand side, there is this little lever here. Press it downwards and then you can push it towards you, away from you, upwards or downwards until you find the perfect driving position for you. Now, to secure it, simply just push this lever upwards where you found it. Excuse me. Right, on the right hand side of the steering wheel, we have all the buttons we need for a driver's digital display that will give you information such as the miles per gallon, how many miles you have until the fuel tank is empty, etc. And then we have our voice commands and our asterisk button. This asterisk button, while you're in the settings of the car, you can set it to perform an activity you find handy, and every time you press that activity is performed. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, we have our volume button. So essentially you can increase or decrease the volume, skip a track or go to the previous one, mute the overall car. You can also, with this phone logo here button, you can answer calls or make calls, and then SRC allows you to jump between DAB, FM and AM radio stations. Moving on to the main console, the central console, we have some storage space here, some additional storage space with cup holders, and then this lovely looking main console here. We have our electronic handbrake, we have our auto hill control, and then we have our hill descent control. On the right hand side of the gearbox, we have our auto start stop. This essentially, when the car comes to the right temperature, which is 90 degrees Celsius, when you're on traffic lights or just the car is on standstill, it will shut the engine off just to increase fuel efficiency. And to the right hand side, we have a hazard lights. This is our gearbox, quite nice looking and also very nice on the hand. On top we have the P button, the parking. If you want to put it into drive, you always need to press the unlock button and then push it downwards for drive. Vice versa for reverse. Push the unlock button and then upwards to go in reverse. As you can see now, this car comes with a reversing camera as well. So as soon as you put it in reverse, the reversing camera comes on. To put it in park, simply press P and the car is now into park. Moving on, in this space, it's a bit of a storage space, but also we have two USB ports and a 12 volt socket. This section here is called we call it the shortcuts at MG. Essentially, you can do the main functionalities of the screen, but simpler. With this button, you can always go back to the home page. You can increase or decrease the volume, which, as we mentioned, you can do from your steering wheel as well. Or you can increase or decrease the air conditioning temperature. And also, if you click this car button, it just takes you immediately to the car's settings. Now let's talk a bit about our main touch screen. It's divided in three parts. So we have on the left hand side we have the radio. As you can see, you can move between DAB, FM and AM, and below there are some audio settings. To move backwards, always press the home button. There we go. Then we have in the middle our navigation system. So we're just going to allow it to load at this point. I will show you how to add a new route or select the route you want to go, and then how to cancel as well. Simply just accept. This will only happen on the first time you drive the car. And here is our navigation. Looking very similar to Google Maps, if I'm honest. So to add your new route, on the bottom right hand side, click the three lines and then add new route. And then you can either search or save previous addresses. We're just going to use number 1 now, and then it identifies exactly where you're going to go and select as destination. It's calculating the route for you and then start navigation. So let me just show you now how to cancel. Simply press again these three lines and then delete route. As simple as that. It asks you to confirm you want to delete. Yes, indeed we do. And that's the navigation system. Of course, this car comes with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you can use your own phone satellite navigation such as Google Maps or Waze. To do that, you need to plug your phone with the USB port, in the USB port. Now to move backwards, as we said, always hit the home button. And right hand side we have our air conditioning functionalities, where you can turn it on or off. You can select the temperature and then the intensity of the air conditioning. And also here on the left hand side we have the flow of the air. Now let's move backwards. Again, home button, and you move backwards. As you can see here, we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We have the car settings here, so if we click in, you can see the MG Pilot, which you can switch on or off. It will come as on, and I will highly advise to keep it on, essentially, because it's a number of advanced driving assistance systems that constantly work in the background to help you or to keep you and your loved ones safe while on the road. And there is a number of settings about the car you can explore in this section. And last but not least, we have the setup or settings button. Again, you can play with your audio system, and on the left hand side you have everything in regards to the settings. So for example, here you can change the time and date. You can, and this is where you can pair your phone with Bluetooth. So you have the Bluetooth there, and then press the Bluetooth button, and the car automatically is searching for any Bluetooth devices in the area. Then we have our display here, where you can do your brightness of the screen. If it's night, day, so as you can see, it's dimming essentially. If I put it, it's in night, it's dimming the overall screen, or you can just put it in auto, and the car automatically identifies if it's night, day, and it adjusts the overall screen. And that concludes the main features of the multimedia touch screen. On the passenger side, we have our glove box, plenty enough space for anything you need there, and the passenger gets the electric window. Now this concludes the main features of the MG HS. I hope you found this video useful and informative. If you have any more questions, please ask us when you take delivery of the car. But if you forget some settings, please use this video as a reference, or always give us a call, as we're always happy to help you. Thank you ever so much.